Consider the destination, because you're going to spend forever there. And how will men choose? The final point. There are two crowds. Two gates, two ways, two destinations, and two crowds. The way that is wide, verse 13, many there be who go in that way. The way that is narrow, verse 14, few there be who find it. That's really amazing. Most people are on the road of human achievement. The masses of people are on the wrong road. People often ask me, do you think that there'll be more people in heaven or hell? Jesus said here, many, few. You go back to the Old Testament, and you'll find that there was always a remnant of believing people. The one time in God's redemptive history that seems to be unique is in the tribulation. According to Revelation chapter 7, verse 9, it says that there will be an innumerable number of Gentiles redeemed out of every people, tribe, and tongue and nation. And that the whole nation of Israel will be redeemed as well. There may be a unique kind of evangelism response in the tribulation that is going to bring a great mass of the world's population to respond to Christ. But for this time and for this age, the reiteration of the truth is few, 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 few. Few. Because men would rather hold on to their own sin, Jesus said. They love their darkness. They would rather believe in themselves. Few. In Luke 12:32, Jesus looked at His disciples and He said to them this, fear not, little flock. The word little is micron, from which we get micro, something small. Fear not, little flock. It is the same word used in Matthew 13 of the mustard seed, the smallest of all seeds. It's always been a little flock. It's always been the few who seek with all their hearts and who agonize in the power of God, knowing their own human inability to enter, because they're willing to pay the price and count the cost. In fact, in Matthew 22:14, Jesus put it this way, many are called, but what? Few are chosen. Few. So easy to choose the broad way. It's such an easy way to go. You just go with the crowd. And you can add Jesus to it and feel religious and go to church or belong to some kind of system of religion that tells you that's the way to go. And you never deny yourself. And you wind up in an ultimate disaster. In Luke chapter 13 again, I want to just point this out to you and then close with an illustration. Luke 13:24. Jesus said this, strive or agonize, we saw that earlier, to enter in at the narrow gate. For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and not be able. Now listen. When once the master of the house is risen up and has shut the door, and you begin to stand outside and knock at the door saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. We know you. It's us. Lord, Lord. And He'll answer and say unto you, I know you not from where you are. Then shall you begin to say, we have eaten and have drunk in your presence. Some might say we've taken communion. We've fellowshiped. And He'll say, I tell you, I don't know you from where you are. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. When you see Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and all the prophets in the kingdom of God and yourselves thrown out. These are not irreligious people. These are religious people who thought they were on the right road, but it was not the right road. And they're going to bang on the door. I tell you, I can't think of a more horrible scene than people under the illusion that they're saved, only to find out the door is shut in their face. Back in Matthew 7, Jesus says, many go that way. Many on the broad road. You want to meet that many? Go to verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in Thy name, and in Thy name have cast out demons, and in Thy name done many wonderful works? Sounds so good. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. What a shock. The many on the broad road are going to find out that that wasn't the road to heaven. The door will be shut in their faces forever. Listen, the way is narrow, but I'm happy to announce it's wide enough to take in the chief of sinners. You've got to come alone. You can't escape the choice. It's an utterly inevitable choice. To make no choice is to make a choice. And you face that choice. A letter was written to the Melbourne Daily Paper. This is what the man who wrote the letter said. I am heartily sick of the type of religion that insists my soul and everyone else's needs saving, whatever that means. I have never felt that I was lost, nor do I feel that I daily wallow in the mire of sin, although repetitive preaching insists that I do. Give me a practical religion that teaches gentleness and tolerance, that acknowledges no barriers of color or creed, that remembers the aged and teaches children of goodness and not sin. If in order to save my soul, I must accept such a philosophy as I have recently heard preached, I prefer to remain forever damned. And he signed his name. And that's the choice everyone makes. You either invent a nice little religion that fits you, or you take the truth of God and accept it. That's the choice you make. One gives life, the other death.